Welcome back to Rev Moto HQ. You guys killed that last video. And I mean killed it. I was not prepared for it to get that many views and the nice comments I got on my first video. So thank you guys, I appreciate it. That was awesome. This video I kind of wanted just to come out for a little bit. Look, I hope it doesn't rain on me. It wasn't supposed to rain. I hope it doesn't rain on me. It's supposed to rain tomorrow and Tuesday. So I'm really hoping I can get some nice riding in today. It is fall, so it's my fault for getting a motorcycle this late in the season. And I haven't ridden since the last video. So this is hopefully going to be no, just go straight. So this video I kind of wanted to just go into kind of my experience with the MSF course. You know, just kind of share my opinions, my thoughts on it, if I think it's worth it, what I think they could change. And I actually had a really positive experience with the MSF course. It was really good, actually. A lot of freaking holes. I was super nervous. And it was, I just did it by myself. I didn't have nobody with me, so it was like even more scary. But if you don't know what the MSF is, pretty much it's what the Motorcycle Safety Foundation, it's what the US has. For motorcycles. And pretty much you take a course and if you pass the course, you can get your license. You don't have to get your permit or nothing. You just go to DMV and you get written up. And they give it to you. You just pay your license fee. And the first step of the MSF is always an online section. Kind of like when you did your driving test. Correct this. Kind of like when you did your license and you had to do the online portion. Pretty much the same thing. And the online ports were really easy. I think they let you get up to, I think you have to pass with a 75% to pass the online course. And then you get a certificate at the end. It's really easy. It goes over a lot of stuff. You know, like kind of what the parts are on a motorcycle. You know, how to do your pre-ride inspection, all that good stuff. And I won't touch on that too much because it's pretty self-explanatory, and you don't gotta worry about failing. I don't think I've even heard anybody failing that part. And then you go to the riding part. So you take that certificate, and this is when I got really nervous because I hate people, and I'm terrified of them. Of being judged. And anyways, the first thing we did was how to use the clutch in your friction zone, which I drove a manual once. My stepdad, or my grandpa, taught me. Yeah, my stepdad had a manual car that I was supposed to get, but I never got. He sold it. And so the friction zone's easy. Pretty much it's just when the motorcycle starts pulling, when you're letting out the clutch. And you'll feel it. And you just play in that for a little bit, and then you'll let's get going. So you'll play around in that for a little bit, and then you end up doing some walk-in drills. And the walk-in drills are fairly easy. You're pretty much just in the friction zone, letting the motorcycle pull you, while you kind of waddle behind it. And you'll do that for a little bit. But the MSF's pretty easy. I didn't think it was that difficult. I know everyone has their own different experiences. And well, for me, I thought it was fairly easy. The only thing that's hard is the slow speed stuff, which is pretty much all it is. And some of those turns can be pretty difficult to grasp. But mainly it's just, you know, you're doing so many things at once that if you haven't ridden a motorcycle or a dirt bike, it can be pretty difficult, you know, doing all that stuff. And then you're on top of that, you're balancing, and you're trying not to fall or put the foot down. And so that's what gets most people. Well, I think the MSF is totally worth it. You go through a bunch of exercises, so don't think that it's just, you know, it's gonna go by quick. And it kind of does, just because you're doing a lot, but you're doing so many different exercises that it's kind of like you're doing so much in so little time, if that makes sense. You know, it feels like you're just constantly doing something. You're not just sitting around chit-chatting. But I think it's worth it. If you've never ridden a motorcycle before, they'll teach you how. You just gotta... I did a lot of research before mine, so that there was no chance that I would get surprised. I don't like surprises. So I did a lot of research. I looked up, you know, what it was about and everything else. This, that, and the third. And even if you had ridden a motorcycle before, let's say you're, you know, 50-year-old dude, and you just never had your license, or your license expired, I still think it's worth it to take it. So I think, yeah, if you're an older person, you'll definitely come out learning something. They teach you so much stuff. Now, actually, I think I might want to do their one of their advanced classes. That'd be pretty cool. Get a little more extra practice in. Learn a little bit more. You can never have too much practice. Oh, my butt. Owie. That's a big hole. But you know, it's stuff like that big ass hole. You know, they teach you how to go over stuff like that. You know, if I had gotten my permit, I would not have known how to. I probably would have just sat still and not stood up or nothing. I mean, it still hurt my butt, but I probably would have hurt a lot more if I hadn't taken the MSF course. I do think the MSF is a little expensive for what it is. I know they have all their motorcycles and everything, and I don't know the logistics of it. I just know, you know, you're paying $350 for 2 days, and I don't know, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for a poor boy like me. I got no idea where I am. The only thing I think the MSF could have improved on is they didn't really teach us how to shift. They taught us how to shift in a second, and that was about it. They didn't teach us how to downshift, like at all. The only thing they taught us was how to go back into first when you come to a stop, and that was in the emergency braking. Look at that dog. She waved to me. What a nice lady. Well, what else do I think about the MSF? What else could they improve? I don't know. If you're thinking about doing the MSF, it's definitely worth it. 5 out of 5 stars. I have heard some crazy stories with some really poopy instructors, but you know, there's always going to be shitty people. Ooh, I might know where I am. Maybe. I noticed my social anxiety got a lot better after riding my motorcycle, though. I don't know what it is. I just realized I talk to people more, and I don't get as anxious as I used to. I'm pretty relaxed. But yeah, take the MSF course and get a motorcycle, dude. It's literally probably the best thing you could do. The MSF is great, and I highly recommend it if you're, you know, you never rode anything before. Yeah, man, this bike gets some speed, man. Maybe I'll do an R3 review, a Yamaha R3 review. Get you guys a little taste of kind of what I think about the motorcycle. Maybe that'll be the next video. That'd be cool. Hopefully it doesn't rain too bad. But yeah, thank you guys for all the oh, that guy didn't want to say hi. What a chicken nugget. But thank you guys for the love and support on the last video, dude. It was awesome. You guys are great. Amazing. But yeah, if you guys, you know, if you want to see anything else, I wanted to do an MSF video just to get it out there and kind of just say my experience. I'm not the best vlogger. I don't know really how to talk to myself. It's kind of weird, but I'm learning. I feel like I've already gotten pretty decent at it from my first video, which I did not expect to go as crazy as it did. But yeah, if you guys like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate all the love you guys are giving. It's been great. I'm having a lot of fun making these videos and just, you know, sharing my thoughts as I go motorcycling and do stuff. And eventually I do want to start going to bike nights and recording that stuff, so that'll be cool to record as well. But if you guys like this video, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on any video recommendations you guys have. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.